I have a lot to tell you guys about in this video. I finally got the texture that I wanted. I told you guys before I was fighting to get this texture, so I'm happy. I wanted to do a video where I show you this texture. And let me talk about what they're saying. They said, how come I don't talk about every name they mentioned? They mentioned so many names. I try to talk about the names that they say a lot and if they stay on a certain topic. So they said they think they're selling these stories to like gossip columnists. And I think that was it because I think that's why they made a big deal and they're like, oh, they falsely accused me of wanting to do that. No. The other big thing I wanted to say is that they said they wanted to talk about how they're happy now I don't attract any men because that was their threat. So they said, a lot of the signs would have been if if I had been attracting men, they would have been jealous. No, I think what it is that they try to pick people who they think they can get away with this, who will allow them to get away with this. And I think what they wanted was to isolate me and not have any men around or people around me. And when there were people around me, they tried to make themselves seem like they were friendly to me. But when I'm alone, nasty, which is the very definition of a predator. A predator is someone who, when you're around people, they try to be nice to you. And then when they get you alone, they're nasty to you. The other thing is that they said that they needed these stories to figure out my personality profile and try to match things that happened in the past with things that happen presently. And they said that I seemed like I'm the type of person who would let them get away with this abuse. Then they said in the next sentence they didn't think I would handle it this way so publicly. So again, it's back and forth, back and forth. I think that was supposed to be how this mind control works and this voice to skull. This technology is really called voice of God. And you notice they moved it away from voice of God to voice to skull again because they know that they've manipulated people, a lot of people in the past by pretending to be God and pretending to be helpers, like sort of angels. So they're upset that I'm doing these videos where I talk about fairies because I think this was their way of getting caught. They try to make this like they are helpers. So I told you this in a previous video. This and someone I gotta tell you, someone did a really good video. A lot of people doing really good videos about their voice of God technology, but how it was supposed to make it seem like we're helping you. So what they would do is in the beginning they will help. Once they trap you like any predator, then they become nasty. So it would they said I would watch television. I used to keep the television over there, and I would stand next to it so I could hear or see something, and that they would be talking in the background. You notice how they keep switching from it being talking as me to being talking as sort of something else. And that's how they got caught because they can't let me have my own thoughts. Even with this technology, they spent millions of dollars creating this technology and they messed it up by not letting me have my own thoughts. If you're going to create technology that's supposed to be voiced to my skull and it's me thinking, then they wouldn't have to put in their other issues. But because of their issues, it didn't work. The other big deal about that is it shows that they keep trying to focus on, well, I was having this type of life or I was doing that. That wouldn't be my thought. I mean, how many times can I do a video where I say those weren't my thoughts? But that would mean I would have my own sense of self. And this is why they get really angry when I talk about a sense of self. Every being has a sense of self. And I'm kind of tired. I don't feel well to look up videos, but if you're interested, look it up. Every being has a sense of self. Even beings that we consider like just living things, they know they exist. That's why they don't want you to hurt them, pretty much. Because every being knows this is myself, this is you. I'm here and you're there. And why that's so important is if they're trying to play God, they would have to give up their selves. Give of themselves, give up themselves. And that requires them to no longer look at the world from their sense of self. It has to be God. And the reason God is because God can do that. Most normal beings cannot do that. And I'm going to leave the video with that. Thank you for watching.